Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Jonathan Aja, and I am the head of Large Aquaculture and Pharmacology, a modern agricultural company. And today I'm about to kick off our training series. Yes, as you're about to start, you've started interacting with us, you've started your journey with us. I think is only right that we have a conversation about you and begin to get you used to the culture of the company. And I'm very glad that you have chosen to interact with us. So the very first thing I think we need to talk about is a couple of trainings that is necessary regardless of the role that you decide to take with the company. So in the beginning, we use a different approach to training. We start training you before your interview and around the time of your interview. So when you are successful and you get an offer, you are good to go and ready to start. Yes, so that's our approach in this company, and that's the culture we like to promote. With that said, a couple of trainings are very important. The very problematic is what you can see on your screen. And before I go to that, so we have bribery and corruption. We would, of course, create training on communication skills, we have on customer service, we have on data protection as it applies to the Nigerian society, and we have trainings on ethics and professionalism, discipline and hard work, and we have training on labor laws, sexual harassment, team working, and team management. With that said, let's get on to the training of today. So, corruption pattern and trend. The best document that I think you need to be aware of is the survey done in July of 24 by the federal government, the National Bureau of Statistics, and the United Nations Office for Drugs and Crimes. And this is very key. I'll just go through a few highlights of the document, not everything, just to give you a sense about it. Yeah. Now, with that said, let's have a quick browse through of the document. So, the very first thing to be aware of, this document is interesting, is the fact that if you look at the table of content, it looks at the scope of bribery, it looks who takes bribe, how bribery works, it looks at gender and social demographics dimensions to corruption, it looks at some other forms of corruption, of course. It concludes and it gives policy implication and it talks about the methodology. But what I want to bring here is what it shows is that about 56% of the population have been in contact with public officials, and what you would find when we get down to it is there's the disturbing trend here is bribery paying have remained the same in the last 4 years. So it's either the efforts to curtail it is not working, or now we're collecting the data better, or a bit of mix of both. So that's disturbing, of course. And if you look at it, about 5.1 bribes were paid in 2023 by Nigerians, and we're a company, and therefore what you would find is you may be asked to pay a bribe, you may be asked to receive a bribe. I'd like to make it clear, as a company, we do not accept, we do not give, and we do not involve ourselves in the practices of bribery and corruption. So that's why we're offering this training, so that you're aware. Now, with that said, it's remained the same. So it's a problem that's continuing. And in 2023, 34% of public officials, you know, citizens who had contact with public officials were asked to pay a bribe. Therefore, what this is showing is when you engage with the public sector in our country, this is a problem you are likely to face. And as a business, of course, there will be areas when we deal with public officials, and you have a 1 in 3 chance of that happening to you. And what is interesting is Nigerians are refusing to give bribes, which is really good. And this is something we would encourage you to do in this company. Now, one of the problematic things you'd find if you look at this table here is, interestingly, what we're beginning to see is, corruption is one of the biggest problems in our nation. However, you can see it ranks closely to unemployment. And really, what you would find there is, if you ask me, and if you look at the data carefully, corruption, of course, drives unemployment up and drives healthcare down. And it also drives crimes and insecurity because what? Because of high level of corruption, the security agencies and the security men and women, good men and women, can't do their jobs. So that's something to be aware of. So it's driving the fabric of society into issues. Now, we are also seeing that the private sector, like ourselves, are being dragged into the story of bribery and corruption more and more. And it's beginning to be more and more. Who takes bribe? We can see that bribery and corruption is a cross sector, from police officers, public sectors, doctors, down to embassy officials. Excuse me. Now, there's also blatant behavior about this, like people in 52% of the cases in the country can ask for a bribe directly, and they use other indirect means like pure water money, egunje, ching anchi, all kinds of stamps, what money for fuel, money to wash belle, all those kind of terms. And we can see that cash is king in the story of bribery and corruption. Therefore, you need to work towards, you know, not paying for things in cash. Now, when I say cash, there's also money transfer. And this is an opportunity for the Central Bank of Nigeria and the other bank to squeeze the neck of these transfers so that these bribery and corruptions do not work. These transfers need to be monitored, and and the people getting them need to experience the full route of the law so that bribery and corruption does not continue to take place. Disturbingly, about 700 billion in cash bribes were paid by citizens to public officials. This is disturbing. Yeah, extremely disturbing. Monies that could have gone to energize the economy is used to energize bribe receivers. So bribes in streets. So it's a useful document. I would encourage you to go through. We can see that reporting of bribery has increased, but still less than 1 in 10. So very, very low. Nepotism in bribery, how women are affected disproportionately, especially in the demand of the sexual type of bribery, and all of those. So this document is very important. We expect that you would go through all of it, study it, understand it, and you would let us know when you watch this YouTube video. You need to comment with your name, your location, and tell us that you've completed the video and you're going to read the document. Thank you for coming to this training today. I'm going to stop here and we would move on to the other training. Thanks, guys, and bye.